Hello guys, so I'm making this video because I never seen anybody install this type of radio on a Hyundai Accent 2015. I'm pretty sure it's the same between like 2010 all the way up until like 2016, 2017. I mean, you definitely want to check your model of your car just to make sure it's the same setup. But so yeah, I will be installing a dasaita 10.2-inch tablet radio. It might sit a little bit higher, like maybe up here, but once I install it, I'll have a better detail. But to get started, what you want to do is you want to get yourself some pry clips. I got these off Amazon for like $5. These are really kind of low quality. I noticed. I don't know if you can see that, but they're tripping really bad when I was prying. So if you never ever taken this front panel off before, it might be set really tight in there. So I'm not gonna clip it all the way back on, but what you do is you just get these pry clips on there and you just jiggle it all the way around, until this panel comes off. I've already taken all my clips off, so I'm gonna skip to the next part of the video. Now, just a word of caution, before you take this panel all the way off, you just want to make sure, so you got your passenger airbag, your hazards, and your rear. These are all connections that's on the other side of this panel. So what you can do is you can either disconnect the battery. That way, once you start taking these connections off, it's not gonna send a false reading to your car's computer system. So what I'm going to do is you can either disconnect the battery or just leave these connections connected, which what I'm going to do. So you're just going to pull this front panel off. You see those connections. I'm not going to disconnect it. What I'm going to do is just going to place it to the side. That way I have space to get to the radio. So now from this point, I'm just going to go ahead and start getting these screws out. Alright, so as you can see, I got all my screws taken out. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So from this point, you can kind of just lift up on it and should come out just like that. So as you can see, I have a double din radio. So I'm just gonna slide this on out, and there's a lot of space back there. You got your connections here. So you got your antenna cable, you got your speaker wires and everything. What you're gonna have to do is you're gonna have to buy a Metra harness, which is gonna connect right up to your aftermarket plug-ins, and you can just plug it right on up, plug and play. And I'll show you guys the wiring and everything after this. This right here is gonna be for your USB. So I'll show you guys all that as well. So let's skip to the next part. Alright, so as you guys can see, all I did was these clips right here, they're push downs. So what you want to do is you just push right down on it right here and you just pull it out. So those came out of this hole. Same thing for the USB one. There's a push down right there. You just push it down and just pull straight up. It's kind of hard to do with one hand, and I'm sorry for the camera work, kind of doing this all with one hand. So I'm kind of just skipping to the next part. Please forgive me. Once you're done with that, you should be good to go. You should have all your connections. So I got my USB connection, I got my 2 radio connections, and then this is my antenna for the radio. So those are all my connections. Next part is getting everything wired up, so let's get right to that. Alright, so here is the radio. Again, it's kind of hard to do with me holding it, but so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get everything out, put it on the table, and start organizing, because that's the best thing you should do as far as getting this radio plugged in and plugged up. You definitely want to be organized as possible, get all the connections in the right spot, and make the life a whole lot easier. So I'll do that, and we'll skip to the next part. Alright, so I got it out the package. So what I'm going to do is just going to start removing some of this stuff. Actually, I got it backwards, so hold on. Let me try to adjust it. Okay, so this is the front screen. Let me see if I can do this without damaging it. Alright, there we go. So this is the screen. Got more connections here. So these are the connections that comes with. Boom, boom. This is the actual radio itself. So I'm gonna get all this unpackaged. Okay, so I am done wiring. You guys want to pick you up some Posi Taps. These are super duper easy. You just take these little connectors, screw it onto the other one, tighten them all together, and then you just put them right into the Posi Tap and screw it together. Super duper easy. But all I did was just follow the wiring diagram. So if it's blue with blue, you know, orange with orange, or green with green, green black. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get all this plugged up and in the car. Alright guys, so what I did so far is I installed the radio. I tested it to make sure it worked. Now before you do anything, once you get your connections plugged up, you definitely want to make sure that it works, because you don't want to screw everything in and get the panel and stuff on, then turn the car on and find out, hey, you know, hey, the screen turns on, but then there's no music, or there's music but there's no screen. So you definitely want to test it before you do anything. I've already tested it and it works. So now what I'm doing, I'm just pushing everything back inside. I got these screws screwed back in, and now we're just gonna put this tablet back over the Alright guys, so now I got the panel back on. So you just want to go ahead and kind of push this back in there. You hear that click, so they have to start clicking on. That way your panel is on there correctly. So we're going to do that, and now we're going to skip to the next part. Okay guys, so now panel is back on. Radio is installed. So now is what you want to do is you just want to test it. So let me get the keys running. Car is on. That's my wife's reflection in the screen, by the way, if you're wondering.
Oh, you can see me?
So there we go. We got the screen coming on.
It was working.
We got the screen coming on, and now we just gotta test the music.
You didn't do that yet?
Alright, last video, you guys, just the sound test so you guys can see for yourselves. Right now I got it loaded up to YouTube, so I'll just put in whatever, doesn't really matter. Type in Kanye. Alright, let me see. I'll just go to this, it don't really matter.
Finding a change of scenery is more rewarding than you think, because whenever you're checking out, when you check into a hotel by Wyndham, you're...
Now we'll just do a regular song. That's my son in the background, so please forgive him. Pretty sure you guys got kids out there. And that's the install, you guys. We're done. Leave a comment and a like, please. Thank you.